And now this part of the text is very difficult, so I'm going to explain it. First, I'm going to read aloud from the first line here. A specialist in the myths of Northern Ireland, Anthony Buckley, of the Ulster Folk and Transport Museum, puts it this way. Now, Anthony Buckler is a specialist in myths, and as we talked about in the first part of the video, or in the first video, there are lots of myths, Protestants saying things about the Catholics and vice versa. This guy, he works for the Ulster Folk and Transport Museum. Ulster, please remember that this is the county in which, or the part which is Northern Ireland. He says, Irish nationalist history contains a catalogue of grievances whose rhetorical force lies in the reciprocity principle. Reciprocity means mutuality. That means one person doing one thing and then the other does something also. So both parties do something. Grievances means klagepunkter. Rhetorical force. Rhetorical or rhetorics means the way people speak. So they speak with force, and the force of the way people speak lies in the principle of mutuality. That means that both groups speak in a way about each other which is quite the same, bad things about each other. Okay, what the Irish nationalists say is, since the British or the planters, meaning the colonizers, stole the land of their Irish forefathers, since they destroyed Ireland's trade, despoiled its culture, despoiled means destroyed or stole their culture, and suppressed its religion. To suppress means undertrykke. That means the Protestants, they suppressed Catholicism. Then Irish people have at least the right to claim their land back, to press for the reunification of their island. Reunification means that they want to unify or to put together Northern Ireland with the Republic of Ireland, and to claim fair and equal treatment. So they want to be treated equally with the Protestant. In short, Irish history contains so many injustices, uretfærdigheder, perpetrated, begået against native Irishmen by successive generations of British governments. Successive generations, det betyder den ene generation af britiske regeringer efter den anden, and planters, kolonisatorer, that the nationalists, who are their heirs, can lay claim to the rhetorical high ground of moral advantage against the putative descendants of their oppressors. My goodness, this is difficult. That the nationalisterne, please remember, they are the Irish Catholics or Protestants who want to have an Irish nation independent from Britain. So these Irish nationalists, who are their heirs, arvtagere in Danish, can lay claim to, can kræve, the rhetorical high ground of moral advantage, altså den måde man taler på, har en fordelagtig stilling, moral advantage, against the putative, mod den formodede descendants of their oppressors, mod deres formodede arvtagere eller efterkommere af undertrykkerne. I hope you understood that. Okay, line 26. Just as the 17th century is important for the nationalist Catholic view of Irish history, because this is the century when Oliver Cromwell led the English into Ireland and colonized it, so also is it to the Unionist Protestant cause. This is largely because the celebration of its events provides them with their most politically charged folk festivals. Now, what this means is that the Unionist Protestants, Unionists are the ones who want to keep the union with Great Britain, and they are Protestant. They also say that the 17th century is where, or the period when, which was important because that is when the Protestants won over the Catholics. So there was a fight between the two groups, and the Protestants won. And then they celebrate in lots of folk festivals. They celebrate this battle and that they actually won that war. And the best known is that on 12th of July, the 12th of July, when the Protestant Orange Order celebrates the defeat of Catholic James II at the hands of William III. Okay, it's called the Orange Order, and I've marked it here in orange because William III of Orange was a prince in Holland who was invited over to England because in England they didn't have a Protestant king who could take over. So in England they got a Dutch or somebody from Holland to be the King of England, and they had a battle then between the Protestants and the Catholics in Northern Ireland. And this battle every year on the 12th of July, because that is the date when the battle took place, the Protestants, they make marches throughout Northern Ireland, mostly in Belfast and in Londonderry, but also in County Armagh, and they march through Catholic areas, and every year there are clashes or fights between the two groups.